Okay, we're gonna begin. Okay, everybody. Okay, great. Awesome. Let's start by sitting up nice and straight in our seat. Get comfortable. Start to relax the body, the upper body, giving permission for the upper body to completely be supported by the mid-body, the seat that is beneath you, your feet, which are on the ground, your legs. So you can let go. Nothing to do, nowhere to go in this moment, but just start to relax. And come to a place where you feel as though you can check in with the body. You want to begin to notice the way you feel. Notice the way you're breathing. Notice any physical sensations that might be taking place within. Again, this is a moment-by-moment experience. So start to just take it one breath at a time. If you like to take a hand and place it on the belly, you can. And just follow the belly, rise and fall with each breath. Try not to change the breath or force it to be a certain way. Just gently allow the breath to carry the flow of the hands, the flow of the movement, so to speak, up and down. Today we're going to start with some breathing exercises. We're going to begin by collectively breathing in together. If you want to take both hands and place it on your belly, you can do so now. On the next exhale, let all the stale air out of the lungs. Navel touches the spine. And then on the next inhale, breathe in to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and then exhale, release. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, breathe in to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause for a second. And then exhale all the stale air out of your body. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take 3 more breaths like that, but make it your own. If you want to change the count a little bit, you can. Just try to allow your exhale to be shorter than your inhale. Or allow your inhale to be shorter than your exhale, I'm sorry. 3 breaths, self-guided. Next, we're going to take our left hand and lift it up and just place it in front of your face and just kind of wave your hand back and forth. I want you to cuff in or bring in your index finger and your middle finger. So the 2 fingers, I want you to kind of push them down, okay, so that they're touching almost on your palm, and I'll bring my hand here so you can see. All right? Your pinky is just going to be wobbly anywhere, and you're going to have your ring finger out. So your thumb and your ring finger out. It's almost like cool, or cool, right? And then you want to take your thumb and you want to press it onto your left nostril. And then you're going to inhale and breathe in, and then breathe out, and accommodate if you have to, if you have any sinuses, just kind of give a little bit more air where the thumb is. And then on the exhale or on the next inhale, alternate and bring your ring finger now to the right side of your nostril. Okay? You can breathe a full breath in and out, and then alternate for the next breath. And you can do this at your own pace. You can also allow that air to come in as you need to. So when I say come in as you need to, you just release some of the pressure off the thumb or release some of the pressure off the ring finger. And you just go back and forth. The other option for alternate nostril breathing is one breath, one movement. So it's inhale on with thumb pressing on the left side of the nostril, exhale, ring finger pressing on the outside of the right side of nostril. Inhale, thumb, exhale, ring. This is a great way to reduce anxiety. It's a way to pause in your day. It's something easy and simple. Beautiful, beautiful. And you can bring your hand down by your side and sit up a little bit taller. And we're going to just breathe in a couple of breaths, and our upper body is just going to come up and down. And I want you to suck in the belly and then press it back out for the breath of fire. And you can make a sound. And you're going to start to feel hot, and then you can come back to relax. And breathe in and out, back to that deep breath that we did collectively. Good job. Drop your hands down by your side and start to allow the breath to flow through the body to the fingertips. On the next inhale, lift up through the core. Fingertips come up towards the ceiling. Breathing in and breathing out. On the next exhale, lower the arms to shoulder's length. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale and just breathe in and out. You're going to take your elbows, not your elbows, you're going to take your shoulders lifted up towards your ears and then just roll the shoulders away. And do that 4 times, but match the breath to the movement. Last one, and then bring the hands down by the sides gently. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, lift up, overhead. Exhale to shoulders length apart. Inhale, shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears. 3 times in all. Well, 3 more times, 4 times in all. And you're rolling them. So whatever way you go, just try to bring the shoulder blades down, the back body, and then bring the hands by the side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms rise, reach up, lift up, overhead, roll the shoulders away from the ears, bring the hands back down to shoulders length. This time we're going to go forward. So almost like you're shimmying your shoulders forward. I want you to shimmy both of them forward, lifting up towards your ears and then rolling down. And it's almost like you're now rolling down through your chest. So the shoulder blades are pulling apart and you're rolling through the chest. Do 4 times in all. Match the breath to the movement. You're using your bicep and your tricep to help you do this. So squeeze those muscles in the upper arm and then bring the hands slowly down. I know you're going to want to drop it, but stay steady with the pace. Trust me, it's going to be okay. You're going to build strength in your arms by doing that. Take your right fingertips and just kind of like reach down away from your ear, and then your left. And then alternate back and forth. Inhaling and exhaling, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, now we're going to lift up our hands parallel to us. And now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to go reaching for the mountain, reaching for the clouds. Lifting up, lifting down. You're lifting up out of your back body. Good job. All right. And then we're going to bring our hands to a steady position as we start to come down. Yes, matching the breath with the movement. Great. Let's go in for our first flow of the class. Now, if you haven't taken this class before, flow is when we go through our arms lift up overhead, mountain pose, and then we come down through it, a forward fold. Our belly lays on our thighs. We inhale, half lift, flat back. Okay, we're lifting out of the pelvic bowl. We're using our abs for strength. On the exhale, we lower our chest back down to the thighs. And then we inhale, arms back up, rising up in through mountain pose. And then we can bring our hands to heart center. So anytime I say go through your flow, a lot of times I do this to break up poses in between the class. This is what I mean. All right, so let's do that 2 more times. Look up, reach up. If you want to add in a back bend, you can, lifting out of the pelvic bowl. Gaze is up, chin is up. On the exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Good job. Exhale, forward fold. Squeeze from the core, press your feet into the ground, rise up. Yeah, there you go. You're lifting up from out of your pelvic bowl. Bring your hands to heart center. Beautiful. Last one. Just for now. Try to make it count. It's setting the precedence for the rest of the class. So put in your full effort here. Half lift, flat back. Yeah, I see some of you guys doing it all by yourself. Come back up. And breathe in and out and bring your hands back down to heart center. And then we're going to gently bring the hands back up and we're going to interlace the fingers, press the palms up towards the ceiling, roll the shoulders away from the ears. So we already started that in the beginning of class. We roll those shoulders away from the ears. Keep that tension from the shoulder blades. It's not necessary. Lift up out of the pelvic bowl, squeeze the core, and then we're going to lean over towards the right. Keep your left leg and your left sits bone grounded into the seat, and then look up, gaze up. And breathing in and out. And we're going to come back to center. We're going to come to the other side, pivoting that right shoulder back, looking up towards the elbow. You're looking at the inside of the elbow. The elbow itself is pointing up towards the ceiling. Come back to center. And we're going to bring our hands back through heart center. And then down by the side. Beautiful. Bring the arms back up. Interlace the fingers. Let's do that one more time. Press the palms up towards the ceiling. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Lift up out of the pelvic bowl. And then go in for the pivot towards the right. And then take your shoulder, look up to the left. Making sure you're looking in the inside of that left shoulder, left elbow. And come back to center. And then lean towards your left. Now you're going to be looking up to the right. You're pivoting back on that right shoulder. Come back to center. And gently bring the hands down through heart center. Drop the hands by the sides. This time we're going to take the hands and we're going to interlace the fingers behind us. If you want to bring your shoulders straight, you can. Shoulders to arms to elbows to wrists. Or you can just rest your hands, interlace fingers on your sacrum. You can start to lean forward, pressing your chest towards your thighs. If your hands are up and you're that flexible, go for it. Okay? If you don't feel that flexible and today's just not the day, you can just bring your hands to the sacrum. And just so you know, even the most experienced yogis go through days where they're just not feeling it, where they're just not as flexible. We just had this conversation, me and a fellow teacher, the other day. And she's a very advanced teacher, and even she goes through it. So don't be hard on yourself. Slowly squeeze up from the core. I really want you to squeeze the core. Lift up out of the pelvic bowl. Chest rises. Bring those hands down behind you now, like you're just pressing into your seat, and look up and take the gaze up. Take the chin away from the chest. And now breathe in and out, and then allow the hands to just kind of come back down towards the sides and shake it out. Beautiful. We're going to go through a flow. We're going to actually do 3 flows. That's what we're going to do today to break up each one of these poses. Today's more of a flowy kind of class. So breathe in, inhale, arms rise, reach up overhead. Slowly come back down, breath with movement. I want you to focus on that, belly to the chest, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, pressing into the ground. Feet are completely solid on the ground. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up, lift up. And you can bring your hands to heart center like this, or you can bring your hands flowy. I want you to make the choice for yourself, okay? All right, let's do another one. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Last one, make it your own. I'm going to just demo it. So look at me if you can't figure out what to do. Otherwise, close your eyes and go through your flow. Know that you have it inside of you. Your muscle, if you've been in this class for a while, your muscle memory is there. You have it. Yeah, I think it's better when you guide yourself sometimes. Beautiful. We did our 3. Great. We're going to keep our hands pressed together so that we're still in our palm pressed to our heart. I want you to take your fingertips and start to tilt them back towards your chest. Your forearms are going to come forward like they're facing me. They're facing your computer. They're facing the front of the room. Fingertips are now facing towards your heart. Take a breath. And on the next exhale, tilt those fingertips forward, come down. So now your fingertips are facing towards the floor beneath you. Now your forearms are kind of up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to inhale and breathe in, and come back. Exhale. Lower back down. We're just loosening up those wrists. Inhale, come back. Exhale, loosening up those wrists. Do 2 more on your own, and then come to bring your hands by your side. Yeah, you guys are amazing. Good job. Good job. I'm so proud of you. All right. We're going to bring both hands up if they're down by the sides, bring them both up in front of you. Palms are facing towards the ground. Take the right fingertips, wiggle the right fingertips. Sky flip the hand towards the ceiling. We haven't done this in a while. We're going to do it. I want you to make sure, though, you're only bending your fingers in a way that supports you. Do not overbend, okay? Place your left hand underneath the right. You can even hear the little plop. And then pull back on those fingertips. Now, when you need a break, we keep the connection, but we bring our elbows by the side. So everybody take an imaginary break. Just take a break for the sake of taking it, keeping the hands together. I want you to just feel this for a second. It is okay to rest. And now push your hand back out and you start over again. It's okay to always rest. So we start on the pinky and we're going to start to rotate 3 times forward, breathing in and out, and then 3 times back. Now, even a millimeter of moving back and forth is enough. You don't have to go too far with this. If you're super flexible in your hand, then take it there, right? Go where you feel is necessary for you to go to your boundary, but don't go over it. And do each finger and then thumb. Breathing in and out, don't lose the breath. Good job. And then when you finish, you're going to press your whole hand forward. You're going to take the left fingertips and you're just going to be gently pressed on the right fingertips and pulling them back. You're getting an extra stretch on your wrist, that's all. And then we're going to let go. But by letting go, we're not going to just drop our hand by the side. We're going to rotate the hands and the wrist, right? Beautiful. Breathe in and breathe out and just pause for a second. I want you to just notice how that right hand feels right now for you. Notice how the left feels. I know there's a difference, and it's okay. I just want you to take note of that and take stock. Inhale, breathe in, arms come up to shoulders length. Take a breath. Sit up a little bit taller in your seat. Take your left hand, wiggle the fingertips. Right hand plops underneath the left. And just like we did on the other side, I want you to take a break. Keeping the fingertips together, bring the elbows down by the side. Keep the connection. And notice that this is here for you to rest if you need it. We're going to bring the hand back out and we're going to start doing the hand yoga on the left side. On your next inhale, start to take the breath in. And then on your next exhale, rotate. Inhaling and exhaling, getting through each finger, finding a rhythm, finding a rotation. If you want to go forward and backwards, you can do that, right? There's so many options here when it comes to your breath and the finger movement. And then lastly, the thumb. The full hand. All right. Beautiful. And pause for a moment. Take 3 breaths in. Matter of fact, take 4 breaths. Concentrated and focused. Feeling both your left and your right side. And we're going to go through a flow. All right, let's go through 3 of them. Take our time though. The way you feel right now, allow your flow to match that in your body. Maybe close the eyes if you have this down in your muscle memory. Really lifting those arms up overhead for that mountain pose. Bringing those hands back through either the heart center or by the sides, and then starting over again. So you're going through the full process from mountain pose to forward fold to half lift to forward fold to mountain pose, and then hands to center. And keep going. I want you to just get the sense of flow. When you're in your flow, breathing in and breathing out, going through a flow, it's not as hard as you think to get through all 3. After a while, it just starts to work, and it starts to just match your body. Keep the hands together. I want you to take your 2 feet, press them together, make one nice leg. Press more into the feet and squeeze the belly to try to keep the knees together. It's okay if they kind of go apart, but if you press more into your feet, you might end up experiencing your thighs closer. Take your left elbow, and you're going to come down to either your left or your right thigh. And this, for right now, we're just going to sit here for a second. We're not going to go too far. We're just going to rest. We're actually going to use this as like a yin pose for a second. So you're not going to overextend. Just allow your elbow to go into the most comfortable place on your legs. Okay, wherever that most comfortable place is for you. I want you to feel that because it's important. And just pause here for a moment and see what it's like to be in the most comfortable spot for you in your spinal twist. Continue to keep your feet pressed on the ground. Keep your legs square to the room in front of you. Both your left and your right hip are facing forward in line with your thighs. Breathe in and out. Upper body is twisted. Squeeze the core, come up, come back to center. We're going to do the same thing on the right elbow, so wiggle the right elbow. And I want you to find the most comfortable place to place your elbow. So it can be on the right thigh, it can be on the left thigh. And wherever that place is, make it your own. And it's just breathing in here. And once you feel like you got structure in your pose, I want you to focus on the breath work. From all the breath work we did when we first started class, you can incorporate some of the stuff that you maybe learned into it. Knowing how to maybe monitor the breath or bring a little more in, or maybe you want to do softer breaths. Come back to center. Take the left elbow and I want you to find a home for it. Maybe go a little bit further than where you went last time. So you're going to start to come out of your zone of comfortability now. So if you were on the left thigh, maybe you just move in a little bit closer towards the right. If you're already on the right thigh, maybe you start to come in for that hook, bringing that elbow to the outside of the right leg. And just stay here. Now you're in a more uncomfortable place. See if you can breathe through that the same way you just breathe through the comfortable. The comfortable and the uncomfortable both coexist in our lives. So see if you can be accepting and open here. Now mind you, this is not to feel any pain. You're just going through a process of pushing onto the boundary. You're coming out of your comfort zone. That doesn't mean we experience pain. It just means that we should be feeling a little uncomfortable. We're going to come back up, come to the center. Take that right elbow. And now find that place going right a little nudge over where your comfort zone is. From on the right side. So that elbow is going to find a home. And just like we did on the left, we want to make sure that we are just challenging ourselves to go a little bit further, a little bit deeper into what we believe we can do. And this doesn't only mean physically, it also means with our breath. Maybe your breath goes a little bit deeper this time. We're going to come back to center. Yes. Lift up in our hands. Reach up. Take the thumbs, cross the thumbs on top of each other. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And just pause here for a second, keeping the hands pressed together. Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. Seated thunderbolt. Take 2 more breaths, breathing through the body, lifting out of that pelvic bowl, lifting through the rib cage, through to the heart. Beautiful. And then bring the hands down by the side. Then rotate. Arms are going to rise, lift back up. You're going to open up the hands and you're going to pivot over towards the right. If you want to open up the legs, you can. If you like keeping them closed, you can. But we're going to twist our bodies and we're going to bring our hands to the outside of the right side of the body. Breathe in and out and take that right hand and bring it behind you. So find a home for it. Kind of give you an idea of what that looks like. You can bring your hand right below, right onto your chair. Or you can bring it at the top, where the rim of the chair is. And you're going to be looking over towards your right side. And you want to take your jaw and try to imagine that your chin and your jaw line up with each other. Breathe in and breathe out. Eventually, when you feel comfortable, maybe you just drop both hands by the side. But you got to get that alignment first. And you're shifting and pivoting. Okay, so You're looking behind you and you're allowing the vision to guide you. And take 5 breath cycles here and just find yourself, find your rhythm, find your breath, find your pose. If you like to close your eyes, maybe even close your eyes. We're going to gently bring our hands up to the right side of our body, lifting up overhead, still looking over towards the right. And then we're going to pivot back to center. Okay? And we're going to bring our hands to the left side. So hands to the left. Our left hand comes behind us. We lift up again out of the pelvic bowl. Breathing in and out, and then we're going to take our chin. And just like we did on the other side, we're going to use our vision to guide us. We're going to try to bring our chin over our left shoulder because that's where our eyes are looking. If you want to take your hand and place it on top of the chair, you're welcome to do that. You can also keep it behind you. Again, going for length, finding your alignment. And take 5 breath cycles here to just find yourself and find your pose. And lift up our arms on the left side. And bring our hands back to center. And go straight through your flow. So we're going to do 3 flows. So arms rise, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up overhead. Palms either to heart center or by the side. Go in for your other 2. Make them your own. Close your eyes maybe. Breathe in and breathe out as you go through the process. Guide yourself. Trust yourself. Even if you feel like you missed one part of it, don't worry about it. All right? Just go through the next one. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Back to heart center. Hands by the sides. We're going to come down to the lower part of our body this time before we go into our standing sequence. We're going to take our right foot and just wiggle the right foot in front of us. Take your left and cross it on top. Sit up a little bit taller in the seat. And slowly start to lower the upper body. It's almost like you're pancaking your chest towards the thighs. If you want to drop your hands by your side, you can, or you can just hold on tight to your chair. I kind of do it both. I think that starting out holding on to the chair is pretty wise, and then getting myself situated. Then, if I feel comfortable enough, and I don't always, but if I do, I let go of my hands. And I just allow the breath and gravity to take over. Again, either way is completely valid. Let the chin tuck into the chest. Each breath in and out helps you to become a little bit looser, a little bit more defined in terms of where the breath is going and how deep it can go. And make it a breath by breath experience, one breath at a time. And take 5 more breath cycles here and make it your own and adjust the pose as you need to. Bring the hands back to the chair if they're not there already. Slowly allow the belly to rise. Bring the feet back. Keep the head down though. Keep the chin into the chest. You're going to allow the chest to rise, but still keep the chin into the chest. And I want you to roll to your right ear, your right ear to your right shoulder. Then chin back to center. Left ear to the left shoulder. Back to center. Right ear, right shoulder. Back to center. Left ear, left shoulder. And then drop the chin to the chest and just let it sit there and allow your hands now to loosen and just be by your side. Inhale, breathing in a nice deep breath, and exhale, letting go. Feeling the full experience of letting go with the breath. Bring your hands to your thighs, press your chest forward, look up, gaze up, allow your rib cage to lift up out of the pelvic bowl, back bending slightly. Cow pose. Tuck it in, belly, navel touches the spine, belly pulls back, the back body draws towards the chair behind you, chin tucks back down to the center chest. Cat pose. Come back forward. Do 4 of these in all. And don't worry, we're going to keep our flow going all the way to the left side. See, there's different ways that we can flow. There's different things that we can do to break up each pose. It doesn't always have to be just one thing. We're versatile. And then when you come back to your last one, you want to keep your chin to your chest just for a second. You're going to bring your hands back to the seat. You're going to take your left foot, so wiggle your left foot, wiggle your left toes. Place that foot out in front of you, extended. Take the right foot and cross it on top. You're going to come into your other side. Breathing in and out, find that home. Start to pancake your chest down towards the thighs. You want to keep holding on to the chair, you can. If you want to completely let go, you're welcome to do that as well. And just take about 5 breath cycles here after you find your place. So like right after you find that sweet spot, that's where you start to take your 5 breaths. And then you start to allow the breath and gravity to do its work. No resistance, no forcing. And by lifting out of the pelvic bowl and pancaking down, you're giving your belly a little bit more room to come closer towards your thighs. And slowly we're going to come back up, bringing our hands first to the chair, lifting up our belly, bringing our feet back. And then we're going to bring our left ear, keeping our eyes closed, left ear to the left shoulder. Rotate, bring the chin back down to the center chest, and then right ear to the right shoulder. Center chest, left ear, left shoulder, center chest, right ear, right shoulder, and do about 3 more rolls. Breathing in and breathing out. We're going to meet back with our chin into our chest, placing our hands once again on our thighs, pressing the chest forward, belly towards the thighs, drop the head back, chin up. So the back now is arched, the belly is protruding forward towards the front of the room. Cow pose. Tuck in the navel towards the spine, drop the chin to the chest, the back body comes towards the chair behind you. Scared cat. And do this 3 more times. Cat, cow, using the breath with the movement. Allow each breath to be full. Let each breath count. Bring in everything that you've learned throughout the course of this practice. In and out. And then come back to center. And when you're ready, we're going to come to standing. So this is the portion of the standing class. We'll come up to standing, come behind your chair. Breathe in and breathe out. Just stand here for a moment. Okay? If you like and you just want to see where your balance is, you can start to take your fingertips and just gently touch them on the top of the chair. And that will give you an idea of how you feel. If you notice yourself wobbling to the left or to the right at all, I want you to just be mindful of that and maybe allow your hands to support that. Allow your feet and your body to support that as well. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. We're going to start to take our right foot. I want you to anchor more into your left and then lift up your right foot. And you're just going to lift up through the muscle, squeezing the thigh, squeezing the glutes, and then gently bring the right foot by the left foot, but not touching the ground with the right. Keep it hovering over the ground. Both hands are placed onto the chair for support. And do this 3 times in all. Try to stay steady with the movement, steady with the breath, allowing the breath to match the movement. And then gently rest the foot back down. We're going to do the other side. We're going to take our left foot, and that's going to be the foot that hovers. The weight is going to fall into the right foot. Our hands are secure on the chair, and we're going to gently squeeze the glutes and the thighs. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, lower down, and do this a total of 3 times on the left side. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Bring both feet back down, and I want you to start to walk it out. We're going to come into our downward facing dog. So when you bring your feet out, you can start to toe heel the feet, just lifting the heels up, bending the toes. If you want to add your forehead coming to the top of the chair, you can. And that's a way for you to relax and maybe even massage your forehead on the top of the chair if you have a top to your chair. If you don't the same way, then maybe this isn't something that you can do. And then find your place and just stay there for a moment. Soften the knees, poke out your hips a little bit more. And from that position, I want you to start to walk your left foot back, your right foot back. Bring your head off of the chair now. Extend out the arms and give yourself the space in your spine and in your arms. From the right to the left hand, allow the elbows to be straight. Let the feet be parallel to one another. So your feet are still hips width apart. Your arms are parallel to one another, shoulders length apart. Drop the chin into the chest and let the weight fall heavy on the belly so that the belly is starting to protrude down towards the ground. And then look up and take your gaze up to the top of the chair. Chin is away from the chest. Breathe in and out, and then reverse. Drop the chin to the chest. You're going to lift out through the rib cage. You're going to let the navel come up towards the spine. Now your back is in that scared cat position, so to speak. Then reverse, soften the knees, take the gaze up, breathe in and out, back into cow pose. Really though, take this as an opportunity to really come out of the hip body. Maybe even stretching your left and your right hip a little bit more. Last one. And then start to walk it back up, taking it one step at a time, 1 foot at a time, until you're standing behind your chair. You're going to lift your either one or both of your hands up. So if you feel a little unbalanced, take the hand that gives you the most support and keep it anchored to the chair. Then let your other hand go up. If you feel like you're completely balanced, you can lift both hands up in the air, mountain pose. And bring the hands back to your chair. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Take your right foot and keep your right foot right behind the chair. So I'm going to go on this side. So right foot behind the right chair. You're going to start to take your left foot and bring it behind you. Now, I don't have a lot of space in here, right? You're welcome to find a place for your legs with a width that works for your body. We're going to come into Warrior One. So our left foot is going to come behind us, and our foot is going to be at a 45-degree angle. So that means your toes on your left side are going to be facing the wall in front of you. Okay, if you're standing like me, they're facing the wall in front of you. You want to make sure whatever wall that is, they're to that 45-degree angle. You're going to start to bend your right knee, and you don't want the knee to come in front of the toes. You want to make sure that the knee is stacked, okay? And I'll come a little bit closer so you can see. The knee is stacked right on top of the ankle. If I'm running over my toes, that means like my body is unparalleled, right? So I'm stacked. Okay, let me come back just a little bit more so you can see me. All right. I also have a little bit of space in between my legs. It's almost like I'm on train tracks. I'm not in one straight line. This will help you. Anytime we're doing Warrior One and we lose our footing, we can come back to this when we do it right the first time. So lift up out of that pelvic bowl. Imagine that you're squeezing a ball or a block in between your legs. Both your hips are square, meaning that they're forward to this chair in front of you. So you have your left hip and your right hip. Your right hip is going to bump back, your left hip is going to come forward, and the modified pose, we're going to start with modified, is lifting up only one hand, which is going to be our left hand. If you want to do the full warrior, without modification, lift up both hands. Warrior One. And just pause here for a moment and clean it up a little bit. Relax the shoulders, rolling them away from the ears. Maybe take the gaze up, looking up. Hands are parallel to one another. Inhale and breathe in and get your breath right. Squeeze that imaginary ball in between your thighs and lift up a little bit more through your rib cage, allowing your sacrum to kind of be grounded. So you're grounding your sacrum, you're bringing it kind of down. Inhale and breathe in. Bring both hands back to the chair. And we're going to come into Warrior Two. We're going to open up, taking our left hand behind us. The left foot is still at a 45-degree angle. I'm holding on to the chair with a modified pose. Without modification, both hands are in the air. The right hand is in front of us. And if you need to extend out, in any way your hands, you can do so. Look over your right hand. If your right hand is on the chair, right? If it's on the chair, what I want you to do is make sure you're still looking over the right shoulder. Okay? Breathe in and out. You're going to slowly start to lower that right shoulder down towards the chair, or your right hand is going to come down towards the chair, and you're going to come into reverse warrior. The left hand is going to find a home on the back of the thigh. The right hand is either going to be up towards the ceiling, or it's going to stay on the chair, but it's going to be just by the fingertips. Because there's this long extension in the arm body. This is the modified reverse warrior. Breathe in and breathe out. Take your arms back into Warrior Two. Then we're going to come and flow back into Warrior One. Both hands are going to be on the chair, And I want you to straighten out the right leg so that it's like a triangle. So it's straight, and then it's like that triangle. So we were here, so we're just straightening it out, and we're leaning ourselves forward and just giving ourselves a nice extra stretch on the hamstring. That's all. You can keep it soft, but you just want to kind of, you always want to keep your knee soft, but you still want to straighten it. All right, bend that knee once again. Take your right foot and then your left and bring them together. And we're just going to walk it out back into that downward facing dog. Remember, if you like to keep your head here on top of the chair, you can. Beautiful. And then we're going to come to the other side. So we're going to bring our left foot in front of us. The right foot is going to go back. Sorry. Make sure that I'm doing this. All right. There we go. So right foot back, left foot in front of us. Clean up your warrior one. So we're going to start by making sure that we spread our legs apart into a comfortable place. Take your right foot, and this time your right foot is going to be at a 45-degree angle, and it's going to be facing whatever wall is in front of it. Okay, 45-degree angle. You're going to start to bend your knee on the left side, and that your left knee is stacked on top of that ankle, just like we did on the other side. Imagine there's a ball between your legs or a block. You're going to squeeze the thighs, squeeze the glutes, lift up a little bit more out of the pelvic bowl. You're going to bump back. Okay, so bump back, and if you want to take a hand and even put it in that crease where your hip is, bump that right hip back. Let the right hip come forward, the left hip come back. There you go. So you're almost twisting so that you're square to the chair in front of you. Breathe in and breathe out. Then we're going to lift up through our pelvic bowl, and we're going to make a choice. You can either take both hands and bring them up overhead, or you can take just your right hand and lift it up overhead. Your choice. You're going to come into warrior two. If you want to keep both hands extended out, you can, or you can keep your right hand on the chair, looking over that shoulder. You're going to lean yourself forward, and then come back into reverse warrior, or your hand is going to stay on the chair. All right, the back hand is going to be placed on the back of the thigh. Come back through to warrior two. Then we're going to come right into warrior one. Bring your fingertips towards the top of the chair. We're going to stretch out on the front leg, okay? Just like we did on the other side, triangle pose. Remember, keep the knees soft. And you're just getting that extra hamstring stretch, which is really good for lower back, because you want to be able to have a loose lower back. Slowly come back up, bending that knee, bringing both feet back to center. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. We're going to come back to our seat. Take your time getting there. Breathe in and out. Don't worry, I'll wait for you. Just notice your full body. We're going to do 3 flows to close the class. Let's start by breathing in, allowing the arms to rise up. Really make these count, because these are the last flows of the class, okay? All right, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Reach up overhead. Your choice on how you bring your hands down in front of you. And go through your last 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, make it your own. I'm going to demo, but you continue to keep your eyes closed. Whenever you make it back home, you make it back home. It doesn't really matter, right? This is the end of class. Take all the time you want through each part of the pose. If you happen to finish early, just come to your base position and sit and close the eyes. If you want to sky flip the hands, you can. If you want to keep the hands on the belly, you can do that as well. Or if you just want to have them hang by your sides, you can do that as well. As we prepare for Savasana, close the eyes and just start to focus on the breath. And as you begin this, you can come into the headspace of congratulating yourself on a job well done. And you didn't have to come to yoga today, but you did. Notice your body and give yourself credit for that. Because had you not come to yoga today, you wouldn't have felt the way you feel right now. Notice the breath. And just be mindful that because you notice the breath, that's because you practice. And relax the feet, the legs, the thighs. Relax the hips, the belly, the back, chest. Relax the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists. Relax the neck, the face, and the head. From the crown of the head to the feet, and from the feet to the crown of the head, take a breath that can reach every single part of the body, and then let go completely. Continue to just be in Savasana until the end of class. Continue to breathe in and out. Slowly, you can begin to press your feet into the floor. Wiggle your hands. Gently allow some light to come into your eyes. Breathing in and out. Allow the arms to reach up. Hands press the heart center. And namaste. Thank you.